All right, we got an update on this TikTok DoorDash girl situation that was happening. I tuned into it a couple weeks back, and my general take is, for those of you guys who don't know what happened, was this girl on DoorDash. She's around my age, I think. She's like 23, or maybe she's a year younger. I'm not sure. She had a job working for DoorDash, and she came across this one guy. And when she finally arrived to the house, the door was wide open. He had his fucking dick out, and he was pointed at the door or whatever. I didn't see the full video at the time because it was fully censored. But yeah, she basically saw his dick out. Apparently, he was naked. That is a form of indecent exposure. And as time goes on, it's definitely more and more likely that that was intentional. Because, like, who the fuck orders DoorDash within 15 to 20 minutes and just so happens to have the door wide open, not even like propped open, just wide open. He's fully naked on the couch, pointed at the door. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely, I am leading towards the fact that it was intentional, and he does deserve to get banned from ordering for DoorDash again, or maybe charged with indecent exposure to some capacity if there is like a route legally for that. So, yeah, there should be some repercussions. But she wound up being more in the wrong for a couple of reasons. One, she decided to record it and post it to TikTok. Why she thought that was a good idea to post it online for tons of people to see, I have no fucking idea. I feel like it's commonsensical to not post somebody naked online. I feel like that is just common sense, but I don't know. I guess humanity is just fucking stupid, I guess. So it's a very, very dumb thing to do. And she gets fired from DoorDash because that is against their policy. They also banned the guy from ever ordering DoorDash again. And then she also was like calling it sexual assault, which is incredibly disproportionate because that's not sexual assault. She was like literally on TikTok calling it sexual assault. It's a form of sexual harassment and indecent exposure, but it's not sexual assault. But I guess according to certain people, like Kaiser DeBard, I guess, it doesn't matter what she calls it because, you know, victims and survivors of sexual assault need to be believed. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Great take, Kaiser. Yeah. My bad, I guess, for trying to actually be proportionate about situations. But, yeah, apparently there's an update regarding her, and she got arrested. So, we're gonna watch this guy cover it. I think his name is Fawcett Media or whatever. I think that's his name. If I butchered your name, I'm so sorry. I did not check. Let's double check. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Fawcett Media. All right. Without further ado, let's watch.
Okay, some of you all might have missed the DoorDash girl.
I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my assault.
Yeah, she kept calling it sexual assault when it obviously was not a form of sexual assault whatsoever. It's a form of indecent exposure, and he deserves to get punished for it, but it wasn't a sexual assault, and she was disproportionately calling it that.
While door dashing, they just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
You remember the chick who she was delivering DoorDash? She was instructed to leave the food at the door, but she saw the door was open, or she pushed the door open.
Okay, so just to be clear, she didn't push the door open. The door was already wide open by the time she got there. And that's another thing. There's a lot of weird disinformation going around about this TikTok DoorDash girl situation. A lot of people are saying, the guy's the victim, he's totally blameless. That's another bad take, and that's just blatant disinformation. But then they were like saying, oh, but she pushed the door open and she like walked onto his like property or whatever. That's also like just, there's a lot of weird disinformation. There was even like AI generated like photos and videos of the door itself. It's like very like weird how much disinformation there was about this topic. So no, that part's not true, Mr. Fawcett Media, just to be clear.
As some people think. And then she realized the guy was naked on the couch. I can't show the video here right now because she's already lost 3 TikTok accounts doing it. But either way, what happens when you accuse somebody?
Did she lose 3 TikTok accounts? Maybe her account's gone by now. I haven't checked.
Of SA, and you end up locked behind bars. DoorDash girl story. And this lawyer has been covering the whole thing on TikTok. Stephanie Esquire.
So as more and more information comes in about the arrest of Olivia Henderson, aka DoorDash Girl, let's show you the original complaint that she has filed because I just got my hands on it. Thank you to one of my very good followers, Daniel, for this information. I will tag him below. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Stephanie, criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender, and DoorDash saga keeps getting better. So, as we know, DoorDash Girl, called the police.
This woman's a defense attorney and she's filming a video in her car. You'd think that if she's a defense attorney, she would make her videos a little bit with, like, more decorum. I don't know, instead of just, like, filming in her car. I don't know. That's a little bit too nonchalant, I guess.
Originally complaining about a unclothed male in his home. So, let's show you the results of that call. Here is the information, the call. All
right, let's read this. So this was the Oswego police. Oh yeah, because it is in New York State. I remember Oswego is upstate from where I'm at because I'm in the actual city. Incident nature: public lewdness occurred here. Contact is Olivia Henderson. Yep, that checks out. Deposition closed case. Yada, 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 approved, report taken. So yeah, this is when she filed the report for public lewdness, right? Indecent nature, yeah, public lewdness. But then she was like, again, the problem was that publicly she was calling it sexual assault, and she was coming at it with disproportionate energy, and she truly, I guess, believed that she was a survivor of sexual assault.
Said it was a public lewdness allegation, so that's why it says public lewdness over here. This is just the Oswego PD, tells you the date in which the date was. I have to look down and see.
Mind you, none of this had to happen if she just wasn't so eager, because she recorded this guy in his house. He obviously was probably drunk, fell asleep. I don't know, some people sleep naked.
It's possible that he was drunk. I didn't see the video uncensored, so I wouldn't know. But here's the thing, right? Even if you're drunk, right? Even if you give him the benefit of the doubt, say like, hey, he was drunk and he was naked. That's not an excuse, right? If you're drunk and you decide to go into a car and you get into a car crash, you're still going to get arrested. That doesn't matter. Like, just because you're drunk, that doesn't remove responsibility. If you're drunk and you sexually assault somebody, you still sexually assaulted somebody. That's not an excuse. So if you're drunk and you decide to get fully naked, you know, you like position yourself in the door propped open or whatever, like, I don't know. Like, every moment that passes, like, it's definitely more and more likely that he did it with perverted intentions, right? And I wouldn't doubt that. He deserves to get banned from DoorDash completely. But it's not sexual assault, and that was the main issue that the DoorDash girl came at this with. If the DoorDash girl just filed a police report and then filed a report to DoorDash and didn't post the video of the guy naked online and didn't fucking call it sexual assault, I actually feel like she could have came through this much better if she handled the situation so much better. But she decided to be a total fucking idiot with how she handled it.
He had his pants down and was passed out on the couch. She comes in to drop off the food, and instead of doing that and then reporting it, she decides to video record it and then upload it to TikTok.
Yeah, and that is problematic, yeah.
She's got this guy's junk and everything out on TikTok, and she's wondering why she's in trouble now.
Yeah, that would be a form of revenge porn. And that would make sense why she would get arrested, because it's a form of revenge porn, and that is illegal, and you cannot do that.
Oh, she's in big trouble now.
Okay, occurred on or received by and disposed of, and it says closed, meaning that they did not find any information to charge the gentleman with. Okay, moving on to the factual summary. So as a class, we're all going to read this together. Okay, so we all understand that Austin committed no crimes whatsoever.
Austin?
Austin is the guy in question, the one that she's accusing of SA for just being naked in his own house.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not sexual assault, but it would still be a form of indecent exposure, right? That is still illegal. Indecent exposure is still like a form of... Hold on, I have to just verify it real quick. Oh, okay. I could see where this can get a little bit murky. So this is according to New York law, penal law, section 245.01, exposure of a person. Exposure of a person is a violation that involves showing your intimate parts in public. The offense is similar to a crime of public lewdness. However, the difference is that public lewdness requires some sort of lewd act, while exposure of a person requires the mere exposing private parts in public. Keyword, public. He was in his house when it happened, so therefore they cannot charge him with indecent exposure, which is very shitty. That is a very shitty loophole. So technically what happened was legal because he was within his own home. Just because it's legal, that doesn't make it morally right. I still think what he did was wrong, and it definitely is a form of indecent exposure. But legally, that's where the murky gray area comes in. So that is very unfortunate. So I guess it lends a little bit of credibility to the police there, unfortunately.
Which, last I checked, is legal in most states. But
wait, what's legal?
Or just being naked in his own house, which, last I checked, is legal in most states.
I guess it would be. I mean, it really depends on the intention. I mean, I guess technically it is legal, but, like, do you think it's right what he did? Like, you know, exposing himself to the woman? Not that I'm saying that the woman is in the right for saying what she said, but do you think that it should have been that way?
But the funny thing is there were a lot of people that were defending the DoorDash girl. This is very similar to Brick Lady and cases like that, where a lot of women jumped out in support of this woman just because she was telling her story on TikTok without all the facts. They just saw this situation and they assumed that the man was guilty. Of course they did, right?
What? What are you talking about? Okay, I briefly checked this guy's channel. He streams on Kick, and I couldn't really find that good coverage anywhere else. I mean, we're going to keep watching the video, but I kind of don't really like the way that he's framing this, personally. I just get the vibe that he, like, I don't know. This content creator kind of strikes me as the person, like, just the way he worded that about, like, women coming forward and instantly believing him immediately. I feel like you just made it a problem about women in general, and I feel like I don't know, man. I got, like, weird vibes. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this guy could be a cool guy for all I know, but it just seems very, a little weird the way this guy's wording, and I'm not really, I'm not a huge fan of it so far.
Whatsoever. On the above date, time, and location, I responded to a public lewdness complaint. Upon arrival, I spoke with complainant Olivia Henderson, who stated that she was door dashing last night at 136 Blank Street, and she arrived at the address to deliver Wendy's. So now we know he ordered Wendy's.
Drunk
was
food.
it what did he order? Was it fries? Let's see. I don't know. To deliver Wendy's pickup, the male who ordered had the front door wide open, and he was sleeping on the couch with no pants on. Sleeping on the pants. Olivia stated that she left the food on the front porch and left.
I mean, I don't know. I still think, even if you're sleeping, right? Even if you're sleeping or if you're drunk, it doesn't matter because he had the door propped wide open for his junk to be seen. Like, it's still irresponsible. Even if you give the benefit of the doubt to the guy, even if you are like, okay, it wasn't his intention to do that, he's still in the wrong to some capacity. It doesn't matter. Like, it really does not matter because he's still in the wrong. I guess it would make it a little better if he were to intentionally do it, but, like, it's still irresponsible as fuck, and if you still got banned from DoorDash, I wouldn't really be upset at that.
She doesn't even tell them she has a video, by the way.
Right.
She advised me that she called because she did not want this to happen to another female delivery driver. I then responded to the address. I spoke with Austin, who stated he had gone out last night to the bars. He stated that he woke up and realized that his front door was open and saw the photo Olivia left of the food delivered. And
as if that isn't embarrassing enough as it is. You're just drunk enough to dial up some Wendy's from DoorDash, to order some Wendy's from DoorDash, and then in your private everything, address, home, house, gets leaked by some overzealous delivery driver.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's still, again, I still think she's in the wrong for the way she handled it, but it's still a form of indecent exposure. Again, it doesn't matter if he was drunk. It doesn't matter. Like, he's still in the wrong, like, to some capacity. It was still very irresponsible to, like, order Wendy's or whatever. Like, I don't know. I've been drunk plenty of times, and believe it or not, I don't get the urge to, sexually harass women. I don't get the urge to dial up a Wendy's or something. I don't get the urge to DoorDash when I'm drunk. I may do some stupid things when I'm drunk, but I don't go to that length. It's still not an excuse to do certain things.
Man, Olivia, you are ridiculous for doing this, man.
I agree, but I don't really know if you're coming at this with the nuance that it deserves. I don't know, man. I feel like everything about this topic is just so yes or no. Like, no one wants to talk about this in any intelligent capacity.
His door opened with him laying inside. Austin stated that he thought he had shorts on in the photo and did not realize that he was actually naked. Again, did not realize that he was...
That's his narrative. I mean, just because he claims that he didn't realize it doesn't mean that he's necessarily telling the truth, right? Do I buy that? Do I, put it like this, right? If somebody is drunk, they have the door wide open, and they pass out while they're naked and their junk is just pointed at the door, do you think plausibly that in any realistic way that he wasn't intending for that to be some form of her wanting to see that? I don't know, man. Something about this story is just not adding up. How do you just so happen to have the door open? You so happen to be drunk. You so happen to have ordered DoorDash. And you so happen to have just, had your junk pointed at the door. All of it just so happens to be accidental. You know what I mean? The odds of that being all accidental and unintentional are unbelievably low. There's something about that narrative that I'm just not fully buying.
Was naked, sleeping on the inside. Okay? Austin stated several times that this is not normal for him and that he was sorry that it happened, and I advised him that at this time there are no charges. However, if it becomes a recurring issue, he could potentially get charged. He stated that he understood and it would never happen again. At this time, there are no applicable charges due to the lack of intent. And because Austin was in his home with no view to the public.
Right.
Aside from Olivia being on his private property to make the delivery.
Case closed.
Case closed. Case closed. Oh, wow. It's like I was right all along.
Right? So was I.
Shocking.
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 So now, as you all see, the
got him.
Police did investigate. They spoke to Mr. Austin, and they have determined that there was no crime. And that the only crime...
Okay, so there's going to be two different conversations that we're going to have from this. There is a legal conversation, and then there's a moral conversation. Legally, I did verify that he, I guess, legally didn't break any laws, right? We verified that piece of information based on the source that I looked at. Technically he wasn't on public property, so that is a legal loophole he can get behind. Morally, I still think he's in the wrong to some capacity. I don't think he's entirely innocent. I think that it's likely that he wanted her to see that, and being drunk doesn't excuse you from that kind of behavior. Now, again, the DoorDash girl is also in the wrong in this situation. She is not a victim in this situation at all. She called it sexual assault when it wasn't sexual assault, and she filmed it and then posted it on TikTok. That is fucking unhinged behavior. That is crazy. If she had just handled this with more decorum, I think it would have been okay. She would have still kept her job, and I legitimately think she traumatized herself more with the internet on her handling of the situation and putting it on the internet rather than the actual incident itself. I feel like if she just handled it better, she'd be in a much better spot, and she probably would have moved on from this by now. Not that it makes what the guy did okay, but he is banned from ordering from DoorDash. DoorDash did what they could. They fired the girl for posting it online. They also banned the guy from ordering, which I think is the correct call in both instances, and that's really that. And apparently she's arrested, which I guess we're going to find out later in this video.
It was the crime committed by Olivia. Y'all can take a seat. Take a seat, and those of us that have been following this from the beginning will wait for our apologies.
I feel like I don't know. I get such a weird vibe from legal, I guess lawyer content creators, because it's I don't know. You have people like Legal Mindset, who's a total fucking hack who pretends to be a lawyer, but he's just a big passport bro. And then you have Nick Rekieta, who So, like, he basically was doing cocaine while his son was in the environment. Very weird shit that he got outed for, like, last year. And now you have this fucking woman who's just, like, on TikTok claiming to be, like, a legal expert when she's just fucking filming videos in her car. It's, like, very, I don't know, like, is, like, the fucking law tube, like, very, is it this, like, weird, law tube? Or I guess law content creators, because she's on TikTok, technically not on YouTube.
Thank you.
Because that is a...
Don't hold your breath. If we learned anything from the Brick Lady, these people do not like to reverse course and apologize for when they get things dead wrong.
I don't know anything about the Brick Lady situation. Maybe somebody in the comments section can enlighten me on that.
That is par for the course.
very clear narrative from the police officer. Yeah. Funny what foiling information does. Becomes really easy to find the truth.
Freedom of information.
I mean, did she foil information? I mean, I thought she just submitted information as, like, unlawful exposure or whatever. I thought that was exactly what she cited it as. I originally thought that she cited it as sexual assault as well, because she was calling it that on TikTok. But I guess she filed it correctly according to the papers that you showed us. So
Act. See, this is the thing. She actually took the time to pull the information from the actual police department. You know, something that a lot of TikTokers don't do, something that everybody wants to just run off with their narrative and what they emotionally feel is right when the truth is sitting right there in your face.
I guess.
Even Olivia coming back on TikTok and screaming and crying and complaining. Like, if you couldn't see that there was something wrong there with Olivia, there's something wrong with you. You should really...
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, she didn't handle it right, but I don't really like this narrative that the guy was innocent. I don't really think that's the correct narrative either, to say that he's totally blameless. I think that's a very delusional narrative, and you're not critically thinking about the situation if that's the conclusion you come to.
Be checked.
So take with that what you will. And I hope you guys are having a great Saturday, because I certainly am. You know who isn't? The DoorDash girl. But you guys have a great Saturday. Bye.
All right, do we actually talk about her, like, getting arrested here? Because, like, this is just, like, I guess, new police report information.
Look at that. Somebody in the comments said, I want an apology for all the people who called me, our survivor, such disgusting names for saying she shouldn't have posted a passed out man in his home. Right? Craziness, man.
Only 23 likes as opposed to the 383 likes on the other comment. I want written apologies from everyone that told us we were on the wrong side. Oh, okay. I guess it's just everybody within that audience, I suppose.
Man, you gotta argue with these folks on simple stuff, man.
You don't actually have to argue with comments at all. You know, you can choose to just not respond to them. Or you could choose to just ban them off your channel and protect your peace. I know people are going to be like, oh, you block and ban them. Like, people, like, have this, like, weird golden rule where if you block or ban somebody, it's an automatic, like, win in the argument. Oh, no, you do it to protect your peace. You know, you just, like, ban that motherfucker. Who cares? Okay, I guess I'm a pussy to them. Fuck it. I don't care. Like, I'm going to protect my peace.
So if you guys are new to following me, I love to roast people who send me...
And let's listen to some
This woman calls herself a lawyer. What the fuck is happening?
of these other people who were supporters of Olivia that actually attacked this lady.
Are we gonna actually, like, get into, like, the DoorDash girl getting arrested?
In her DMs after she gave that report.
But we won't do that.
Weird excuse for a woman.
You could do better. You could do better. You could do better. This...
Can we, like, actually... Okay, you know what? Alright, I found this TikToker that the guy was reacting to. Also, Papa Gut reacted to her, so generally speaking, if Papa Gut reacted to it, I guess I'll trust her. I still think the way she fucking films her videos is a little bit weird. Like, you claim to be a legal professional and you don't, like, at least come at this with a little bit decorum. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking a little too hard, but the guy's video was fucking terrible. Like, I couldn't sit through it. I'm just not going to sit through the rest of it. If he's just going to react to hate comments, I'd rather just, like, get straight to the news. So, All right, we're gonna watch her video on it that she was arrested because that's what we're here for.
Breaking news in the DoorDash case. DoorDash girl has officially been arrested. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender, and I've been following this case pretty closely since it happened. So I got sent some information this morning. I independently verified it, and Miss Olivia Henderson has officially been arrested on 2 felony charges.
All right, let's hear it.
Now, why was she arrested on felony charges? Because, like I said from the...
Do you have, like, a pink fucking plushy ghost face in the background? Oh my god, she's literally female legal mindset.
beginning, she's the one who committed...
I guess minus all the passport bro shit that legal mindset was getting into.
the crime, not the individual who was in the home. So let's go through what we have and show you the proof. Now, I blocked out her name, but this is the police blotter. Or I blocked out her address and her date of birth. But this is the police blotter, all right? And the arrest date is there, and the 2 felony charges are right here.
Okay, I won't be able to... Hold on. Do you think we'd be able to screenshot this and peep this out? Let's see. All right, I screenshotted it and zoomed in on it, so I guess we'll just have a look at it here. So, the LOC of arrest, I can't fucking read that. It's at West Bridge Street. Oh, geez. Okay, I guess I'll try to censor some of that information out. Or is it the location of the... Oh, it's at the location of the arrest. Oh, okay, I think that's fine. Never mind. It's the location of the arrest. That's what it is. Okay. There's the office date, and then you have Christy Lean Gardner, who is the... Does that say inmate name? Oh, inmate name. All right. So, what are the charges, right? The offenses are unlawful surveillance / profit and disseminatory surveillance image or whatever, I guess. Yeah, because she posted it online on TikTok. She recorded him naked and she posted it online. That is a crime. Yeah, that is... Also, by the way, let's keep in mind, these are felony charges, just to be clear. These are not like misdemeanors. These are felony charges. So, DoorDash girl, if you ever get out of jail, good luck ever getting a fucking job ever again with having felony charges on your record. That's actually insane work. Yeah, wow, that's pretty fucking crazy.
We have unlawful surveillance and dissemination. Okay, right there. All right, so this is just the police blotter. I'm going to show you the actual charges in a second. And this just shows down here that she was issued a field appearance ticket and she has a court date coming up. So this is her. She was given an appearance ticket. She has to come back to court, and I'll show you the court date. On the internet, you can look this up yourself. Incident date is October 12th.
Oh, she is a year younger than me. Wow. She was born in 2002. I'm a year older than she is. Wow, look at that.
Which matches to the incident date that she put on our page. And her next court date is going to be December 4th, 2025 in Oswego City Court.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a tough case for her because she literally filmed it and posted it online. And again, I don't know who in their right mind would think that's okay to go online and post about, you know, someone being fully naked on TikTok for millions of people to see. That's fucking insane work.
Is the town in which the incident happened. So all of this is verifiable on the internet. And here are her charges. Like I said, these were the charges that I thought she could...
Oh, there's 2 counts of, what is it? Unlawful surveillance. There's 2 counts of it. Oh, yeah, because she kept trying to re-upload it. Oh, that's... oh, my God. So when TikTok was actually taking down her account, she kept re-uploading it or trying to, like, upload it, and now it's just out there. Wow, that's fucking crazy work.
Be charged with, and this is what we got. So we have unlawful surveillance and dissemination of a surveillance image. Both are felonies, which means that prison time is an option. Right? Not that she'll get prison time, but she can do prison time on these. They are non-violent felonies, which means that it would be it would not be a lot of prison time, but she can do prison time on these depending on her criminal history.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a felony charge, that shit goes on your record. It's not like a misdemeanor. But like a felony charge, like, yeah, good fucking luck ever getting a job again. That's, yeah.
So, like I've been saying from the beginning, the person who committed the crime is going to be the person arrested in this case. And the person who committed this crime is obviously Olivia.
Yeah, but I mean, again, as I said before, the guy is not fully innocent here. Like, legally, he may have done nothing wrong when it comes to what he did by, like, being naked in his own home, because technically he wasn't on public property. But what he did was still wrong. Like, he's not a victim in this situation. What he did was still very, very wrong, and he's still fucking irresponsible. Again, just because you're drunk doesn't excuse any of your wrongdoing.
The DoorDash girl.
If it did, then a bunch of rapists would not be locked up. Just saying.
The man committed no crime, or else he would also be arrested, which he is not.
Yeah, but the narrative here is that he's innocent, which he's not. Legally, he may be fine, but morally, like, he still is not in the clear here.
So for all of you guys out there that were defending the man, or I'm sorry, defending the woman, clearly the law says otherwise.
The law says otherwise, but the law also said that slavery back in the day was totally chill. So, and I guess the law is also totally fine with Trump deporting immigrants without due process, but I guess that's neither here nor there. Again, there is a legal conversation, and then there's a moral conversation.
The law says otherwise because they did arrest her. They did give her 2 felony charges, 2 felony charges. Both of which carry a prison sentence if she goes to trial and loses. She could get probation on those. There's a whole slew of things that she can get, but she was charged with 2 felonies for video recording him in the privacy of his own home and disseminating that image to the public.
Yeah, I mean, again, the way she handled it was very stupid. Like, why would you fucking record it and post it online? That's, again, that is very fucking dumb of her to do. Like, that should be a no-brainer to literally everybody, or any person with common sense.
And this is why we do not record our crimes and put them on the internet for the world to see. But it's important information. I wanted to get it out to you as soon as I got it and as soon as I verified it. Because unlike other creators, I verify my information before I...
Yeah, it's actually kind of fucking crazy how this DoorDash girl single-handedly ruined her life with this situation. Like, if she had just not been so opportunistic by posting it online for tons of people to see and then claiming it was sexual assault disproportionately, if she had just, like, reported it to the police like normal, reported it to DoorDash, then I think it would have been okay. And I think that would have been fine. DoorDash already banned the guy from ordering again anyways. Posting it online, no bueno. No bueno. You really fucked up your whole life by with this situation, and I feel like she definitely has a role to play in that.
Go online and post it for the world to see. You can also verify that information yourself if you go on webcrims and type in her name. It will pop up. So if you want to independently verify it yourself, you can do that as well. But nevertheless, she has been arrested. She's been charged with 2 felonies for her actions that day of recording an unconscious man in his home who was naked and posting it online for the internet.
That doesn't make him innocent, just to be clear.
Which is a crime. And again...
I mean, yeah, what she did was illegal, and what she did was also wrong, too. But again, he's not in the clear.
He committed none. So...
It doesn't mean he's not... he hasn't done anything wrong.
Gonna stay tuned for this one because this is gonna be interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's go from here. Have a good day. Breaking news in the door.
Alright, well, I hated the first guy's video on this situation. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, like, in-depth talking about the video, but he just spent, like, the first 8 minutes just droning on watching this woman's videos, and then I just want to get to the meat and potatoes of it all, so... Yeah, I mean, crazy situation overall. I'll look out to not watch that guy going forward ever again. Jeez.